right? We're not come here to ask you to put them on trial. We're here to have our voices heard. Not to call him an idiot, not to question his authority, but to see why he made the decision. Yes, like you said, we're being different. Dr. White, before I sit that down, yes, you are one of the very few people who are here to make this very important decision, and I want to thank you for coming when you didn't have to.
Okay, you're next. I'm sorry, you're next.
I think the only reason why you're not answering the questions is because you had no background.
Well, let me say this. Once upon a time in this state, I was probably considered the best high school program in this state. I came down to run the largest high school in this state, which was North Central High School in 1990. I can run a program high school program here. It's one of my areas of expertise, and I got to tell you, I do know what's happening. I wish I didn't, but I really do know. So your comment is good, and I want you to know it's inappropriate what pertains to me, because I'm not one of those people who are doing something I don't know about. I am an expert in secondary education. So yes, I do know. Now, what's your question?
That's all I had to say.
Okay, over here.
Okay. So there's been a lot of awesome things said here. But I would ask you to have patience with me. You really got to know by now that being where you were, you do have a background, but being where you were and then being here in the inner city, dealing with IPS, it's got to be two different things. This is a whole other world, and you have to have a whole other approach. And you know what? We've given you a lot of time, and I was wondering personally, how much time have you given, Mr. Kaiser? I mean,
2.5 years, that's
I don't feel like it's been enough. He hasn't even seen a class finally graduate under him. He hasn't been able to fulfill what he needs to do. And insubordination, you've also thrown that out there, but also, I mean, can you tell us, how much time you've actually spent with him or any of your principals? I really don't know that.
Insubordination is one of the 7 areas that we're considering.
Oh my God.
One of 7.
He just keeps
And,
all the
we've been working with Mr. Cosby very closely for the last 2.5 years. Okay, so
you personally met with Mr. Cosby, y'all?
Yeah, I personally met with Mr. Cosby.
Have y'all seen him here?
And there are some other issues that I won't tell you that Mr. Cosby knows about, that he knows that I work with him through issues. So one of the things that my administration knows is that I'm more than fair on them, but you can't disregard, disobey what we tell you to do. You just can't do that, especially when things are not working like they should. But remember, there's multiple things involved here. We're not jumping or we're not rushing to judgment. The reason this is in the middle of a semester kind of speaks to the urgency of the situation, that we can't cover that with you, but we will cover all of it with him. But yeah, it is not logical, it's not to my best interest to disrupt the school in the middle of the second, in the beginning of the second 9 weeks, we're kind of 2 weeks in. That would be the worst time. But because of the situation involved here, we have to deal with it here now. And I'm not at liberty to tell you any more than that, but it's not a rush to judge you on Mr. Cosby.
Well, I mean, I just can't help but still feel like it may be rushed, because if it's not anything short of scandalous, honestly, you are making a disruption. You're making a huge disruption to do this right now. So,
Next, who has the mic down here?
Hello, my name is Mr. Troy. I'm actually going
we are as accountable for what our kids do, how they do it, and being chastising parents when they do it. I am a band parent. I'm up here probably a lot, 2-3 times a week sometimes. And a lot of us know that we probably haven't been up here at all until now. Whether we admit it or not, we are not involved in what's going on in our children's school. We are not there. If we get calls, if we get letters, we ignore them.
I don't.
Maybe I'm not just one. A lot of us can say more. Not us, not us. If you look what there are a lot of people watching TV. Maybe not me. Maybe it's gonna set up a
Please.
a lot of us. This is true. I just want to say that we have to be accountable. We can't come running after there's a disaster. We need to come running during and before. Now, Dr. White, one problem I have with this and how I got to is my disappointment with the school board is if we had gotten letters, a call, or an email before he was suspended so we could have prepared our children just a little bit better and not got a slap in the face with this, that was really my big concern, was we was not informed before. Not only was we not informed of him being suspended, but then we got to do someone taking over, maybe not a principal, but someone standing in as a principal, still no letter, no call, no emails. Now we are here, and when the letter my daughter brought home was from the school, the call I got said we were only coming here because of a request from some parents. And I felt like that was a total disrespect to the children of this school and to us parents who have to deal with our children at home about this matter and help them understand. And I'm going to defend Mr. Cosby on, I was not overweight as a child, but my daughter is. I was not bullied as a child, but I was bullied. I was not all the way very, very smart to get my grades like I should, but Mr. Cosby once said he was not at first either until he was about maybe the 10th grade. And he wanted to give children a chance to come to this school with low grades, maybe not great expectations out of them right away, but he wanted to build them up, to learn to be better students, to perform better, to do great things and become great people. So I stand here asking you to really consider all those things and probably a lot of things that y'all have with Mr. Cosby. You probably have on many principles, or they have done it before. And if there's any way that those things can be rectified, Mr. Cosby can come back to get another chance. Us parents will do the best we can to help Mr. Cosby and the administrators make this one of the best high schools in the world.
Just to speak to your comments, we did not send letters to parents when we suspended Mr. Cosby because we did not want to create upheaval, and we had the 2 vice principals to run the school because we didn't want to bring anybody else in as an interim anything at the time. We pondered that for a while and decided we did not want to create an uproar disruption. But the power of social media started a campaign that created the furor that really resulted in it being out there. Some of it was orchestrated. Some of it exploited some of our young people who are very emotional.
Yes.
I don't think that was the relationship Mr. Cosby has with our children. They would have been any less emotional. And as parents, I don't think we would have had any more control over their feelings as you've had. But if we had to do over again, we probably would send you a letter on that day. Because we probably need to do that to see just how you would react, but we kind of know human nature. have to make a decision about this. Jerry McLean is our director of social studies and world languages. We have him to come through every day to be here to support the two vice principals. But right now, the vice principal and Dr. Greenwood looks in on it. Dr. Giles will look in, but that's what we're doing for right now. Until we make a decision, I can't tell you, but once we do make a decision, you will get a letter just like you got for this meeting. It will inform you of what that decision
we'll
is.
know before we get the letter.
Oh, yeah.
And, we'll make sure
know right when that
that
happens.
you won't be in the dark about what's happening. Okay? We'll do that. In terms of you
I'm
pledging
hoping she hits all my points with clarification. She does. I'm going back there.
dedicate yourself to the school, because of the parents you are, I think you're going to do that anyway. Because you're looking out for the benefit of your students, and this is a very good school. We want to make it an excellent school. And we're going to keep on with that. But the difference will be in what the parents do. Because the parents are key to whether the school is good, very good, or great. So we will appreciate any support you give to Mr. Cosmer and anyone else who's here. So we really appreciate that. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, as a supervisor, what type of performance review did Mr. Cosby receive at the end of the last school year?
We can't tell you about last school year because there was an issue that created a special category for Mr. Cosby. But Dr. Greenwood and I met with Mr. Cosby around those concerns.
No,
She's getting ready to be like me.
excuse me, sir. He gets a contract, it's a yearly contract, right? Principals are on a yearly contract, is that right? So if you were not satisfied with him at the end of the year, he would not have been back.
Let me tell you this, you understand me. We had some issues, but because of his love and dedication to these kids in this school, we tried to work with those issues, through those issues, with him. So yeah, we did work with him and give him some consideration because of that. But yeah, we could have fired him last year. But we didn't. Okay? But that was my prerogative, and we did it. And he did get this second year.
Another question, when was this investigation done? This KSA investigation, when was it done?
It was done this past week. It concluded on Thursday.
Another question.
Started Monday.
Is there any way that this investigation could have been done while he was in the building? Because once he was suspended,
The students
I
shut down.
think people were trying to hedge their own bets. And it's flawed, the investigation is flawed.
Yes.
Once you suspend someone, the investigation could have been done when he was in the building. So you know what I'm saying? People could have been called downtown to answer questions. He would have never known of it.
We had two different audits that served as a preliminary to what was going on in the building. We had one last year and one this fall. Yeah. Yes.
Another thing that you must do tonight, there's a lot of innuendos and a lot of confusion about why he's really being dismissed, because it doesn't really make sense what you said here tonight. The point is, I was there Thursday. You mentioned Happy Valley. For folks who don't read or don't listen to the TV, Happy Valley refers to Penn State, where young children were brutalized, and the person in charge of the program knew this and did nothing about it. You made reference for our children being emotional as those students were turning cars over. Our children did demonstrate, but only in a positive, polite, respectful way. This is their right to demonstrate. And certainly Mr. Cosby has never done anything to purposely hurt children or know of anything purposely to hurt children. So you do need to apologize right in this moment, because I think you misspoke. It's on camera still. Go back and review the film.
No, there's nothing to be apologized for, because there was no relationship that was negative between what I said and what's happening at
But
Pennsylvania.
that's what you said.
Yeah, the emotional
I've already called him up.
reaction to
But you are educated doctor, Dr. White, is that your name, right? PhD. Dr. White, right?
She'll be next.
Doctor, this is a question.
It's EDD.
Yes, EDD, Doctor of Education, even better. Doctor of Education, okay? So, okay, why did that word even come out of your mouth? There's a lot of speculation on why Mr. Cosby is really being terminated. Do you know what someone yelled outside here at these children? They yelled a very obscene thing about Mr. Cosby. And that innuendo is causing a lot of drama. You did, by mentioning Happy Valley at that meeting. You did, sir, and you need to apologize.
We made sure with Mary Louise and the media that we were very, very clear on point that nothing in this related to any inappropriate relationship with children. Now, if people want to blow that up,
Did you mention that word Happy Valley
yes,
Thursday?
yes,
I want to go see Mouse so bad.
the emotionalism behind the music of very
he just gave me a good
complex
idea.
individuals. And that was Joe
Tell me not to smack him with the spoon.
was not the guy.
She gave me a good idea.
Sandusky was the guy.
Yeah, but he supported that behavior. That's not Mr. Cosby. You are an educated person. Speak as an educated person and realize you have power and influence and use it correctly.
All right,
you
Benji's
did
mom.
not use it correctly at that point. And it's best to just apologize now.
Well, I don't know about context and people taking things out of context, but if anyone thought that that was related to what happened in Penn State, yeah, we definitely want to apologize for that, but we probably need to do some serious instruction if people can't relate statements better than that. Kind of interesting, yeah.